Moonbase 2.
Hey guys, Mikey here. Andy is off debauching. He's off at a bachelor's party for one Grufflock, who's getting married. And I'm putting this in here because you shall be congratulating one Adam Nickel Grufflock for getting married and commiserating with his future wife. But yeah, Andy is off doing that this week, so I thought I would cover the news and give him a wee bit of a break. There's enough stories to fill up some time, but you know, it's just me, so it won't be a massive show. And obviously we won't go into any what we've done this week, because presumably Andy will come back with stories of drink and harlots and beer, despite the fact he doesn't drink. So, first up, we have some third-party news. Shockwave Lab SL47 has an LED upgrade set for Titan's Return Fortress Maximus. So, this is a series of lights that goes onto Fort Max's chest and guns to sort of give him a bit more pizzazz. So, one goes into the chest cavity on the left, and one goes into... it replaces the barrels of one of his guns. There's no prices or anything quite yet, but this is neat for what it is. I mean, it's Shockwave Lab does these kind of like small accessories and small electronic add-ons and stuff like that, so it's nothing too bad. And I think the effect works fairly well. The gun ends up quite a bit larger, the light gun, but I actually think proportionally that works better. And yeah, this picture is demonstrating the installation. And one cool thing is that the light in the shoulder works really well because you can close up the panel, and the panels it glows underneath the translucent panel. I think that's a really, really nice effect. But something for y'all to work with. They're also releasing an upgrade kit, an LED upgrade kit for Titan Return Overlord, which is two Titan Master shaped plugs. The Matrix of Chaos and the Heart of Cybertron. Can you call it the Heart of Cybertron and get away with it? But one is for G1 and one is the Power of the Primes. Yeah, the Matrix of Chaos, I'm assuming, is referring to the scene from the Power of the Primes cartoon. But these light up. By the looks of it, they light hella up, and they go into his spots in his chest. You know, he now has gap fillers if you want to have his chest open, and yeah, the light's cool. One thing I would warn you about: putting anything into those slots is risky because they are a tight fit, and if you've got them in far enough that the doors can close, getting them out will not be easy. So be aware, if you buy these, you may never have an opportunity to handle them once they're installed. But this isn't too bad. I like the designs on these. It's just these kind of LED things, really not my speed. Like, these kind of, like, if I was seeing upgrade kits, I'd like add-ons for articulation, accuracy, design, something more oomphy, especially since with Overlord, these are things I would never see because I've got Overlord, but I do not engage with that chest compartment gimmick of his. It just does very, very little for me. But something that does do a fair bit for me is the movable Metal Arts IDW Optimus Prime prototype. So this is revealed over on Weibo and TransFans Facebook. So this is the first look at the movable Metal Arts, which are a new 3P company. And their first figure is an IDW styled Optimus Prime, which appears to be non-transforming. Oh, devil, Action Master, no. If anyone calls it an Action Master, I'll come to your house. I will come to your house. I've got holidays coming up. I can come to anyone's house and beat the crap out of anyone I feel like. So yeah, this is based on the Don Figueroa design that kind of became the staple of IDW up until RID Season 2. But it's still probably the most distinctive look this character has had in that universe, so he tends to be seen as the IDW version. Yeah, non-transforming, very, very detailed. This looks like it might have some diecast in it. Opening chest with a matrix, which is really cool. Yeah, it's a prototype. This is a really nice looking toy, in my opinion. He looks like he's got excellent articulation. He doesn't have articulated hands, but he does seem to have hand swaps. So I think sometimes I prefer that, if I'm honest. Obviously, we're going to want to see this guy fully colored up, but he looks solid. The one thing probably maybe is not necessarily a knock against him, but a knock against you spending this much money on him, is that for our model kit has an officially licensed version of this character you can probably get for half the price. No price up here, but we all know how much these things cost. So if you are after an articulated version of this Optimus Prime, maybe you'd be better off saving some money and getting the 4i model kit. Now, having said that, the 4i model kit, by its very nature as a model kit, is not the most solid figure. You will see joints wearing down over time if you're in the wrong poses. It's a little wibbly wobbly, but this is just like the nature of model kits. Like, they're not designed to be robust action figures. So if you want something more stable of the same design and something that's a lot more play friendly, would be the word I'd use, this guy might be something to look out for. Now, we're all this is me assuming that they've got like the right articulation and the engineering solid and everything else, but it's a good design, and yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. I think this is neat. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on these guys. What are they? Movable metal arts. Let's scroll down and see how long it takes me to find the word Action Master. No. Someone complaining it's going to be expensive. No. I'm literally doing this now. I am searching the thread for Action Master. Nothing yet. So, can we have hope for humanity? My God, this whole thread has not a single use of the word Action Master. Like, wow. One person wonders if it's a cage fighter. Don't know where that came from. But sticking with sort of the last unlicensed third party, we have Toy World's TWFS-06, the Last Night World War I Starscream. So we've seen a prototype of this guy a while back. So he's a biplane that transforms into sort of a movie Starscream-esque design. So it's a weird idea, really. It's just starting, like, the robot design is basically a slimmed down version of the F-22 body, but with lots of, like, bits and bobbles from planes. Like, there's the wings fold in under the chest, the propellers on the back. It's a weird toy, but here's the thing: for someone like who doesn't like the design of movie Starscream on any level, this looks pretty good. So yeah, the go through the accessory count. He comes with the standard Starscream head, which you can also put a visor over, like he's wearing a gas mask or an oxygen mask for when he's flying. He's also got a Blitzwing head, which I think is interesting. Presumably this was designed back when we thought Blitzwing was going to be Starscream, but it's an interesting addition. You can have wouldn't that make this the first official unofficial Blitzwing figure? Movie Blitzwing. But then, like, the big selling point for this guy is not his robot mode, which looks solid, it looks well engineered, it looks posable. It's his vehicle mode, which is a heavily dry brushed biplane that comes with a stand that you plug into the backside. You might have, like, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like one picture might have... They got a promo picture in here. I'm trying to figure out if that's supposed to be a pilot inside. I'm not sure. But the biplane mode is excellent. I love it. Like, I could see so many people customizing this into a node. But it's not a biplane. It's got 3 wings, so it'd be something else. People who know planes, let me know. But the paintwork on this thing is nuts. I love it. Like, if you're just into collecting model planes, in all honesty, this would not be a bad one to have on your table. I really like it. I don't know. I did not expect to. I think this is a nicer take on the movie design anyway, which wouldn't be hard in my opinion. And there's some writing on the wing that I cannot read because of the size of the picture. Something made of the blah of blah. Something about your enemies. The blood of your enemies? I don't know. But no, it's really, really cool. I really like this. Not sure I'd buy it for the robot mode, and I probably wouldn't pay the money you'd have to get for the full, vehicle. The vehicle mode is going to be overpriced what it is. But yeah, it's really, really, really cool. I really dig it. I genuinely do, and I would love to see more of this. They did Bulldog as well, and Bumblebee, and both of those, the Bulldog, when we saw him painted up, that was excellent. Like, I'm way more into these as vehicle toys than as Transformers, if I'm completely honest. But this is really nice. Like, seriously, guys, check it out. Something I have perhaps more mixed feelings of is when we move into the officially licensed third party, because Flame Toys, the wonderful world of Flame Toys, have revealed 4i Model Kit 01SG, which is a repaint of their highly, highly stylized Optimus Prime, who was also done as Nemesis, which I have. And he's being repainted again. Is he being repainted into Ultra Magnus? No. Armada Prime in his weird black repaint? No. He's being repainted into Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. This is due for release in July. And yeah, so it's a purple body, green axe, evil Autobot symbols. It's kind of... I don't know. I am so tired of Shattered Glass. Like, it's not a secret. You know it. I know it. We all know that I am tired of Shattered Glass. But this is a good-looking toy, and it does look appropriately evil. So it's really weird. I think it's a good repaint. It's just a character I really wish would disappear from the fiction. Or like would remain like stupid exclusives that no one can buy, and that way no one will ever really want him apart from like the collector value. But no, now he's getting mainstream licensed releases. So... yeah, it's a good repaint. It's a good color scheme, good breakdown, lots of good use of black. I'm sure this would be really fun to do up, but it's still this guy, and I hate this guy. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance to mess with this kit anyway, I think this is a really good one to pick up. So I think it'd be really worth your time. People complaining about the crotch pose are just like, do you not keep track of these things? It is interesting. Someone has a problem with their Nemesis Prime where the chest would not stay together easily. I didn't really find that. Mine stayed together pretty well. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just... model kits can be a bit variable. But no, I think this is it was a really fun build, and it's a really fun kit to paint up. So I would consider getting it if you're into this kind of thing. So moving on to Japanese news. First off, we have the Cyberverse Japanese press release and has revealed their version of the dub cast. So this is going to air on... the series is going to be distributed via Takara Tomi's YouTube channel, Bonbon TV, and Kids Bonbon, starting on April 27th, so yesterday, as of recording this. So they're probably region locked, so I doubt you'll be able to find them on there. But we have the full cast, or we have a lot of the cast. I like this. Like, we have several Japanese voice actors, or seiyus, as they're known in Japan. Yeah. So some of these are returning actors. Windblade is being voiced by I know it is Ayuki. this is going to be murdered, who played Shatter in the Bumblebee movie. Grimlock's being voiced by Tetsu Inada, who did Bedora in Transformers Go. That was one of the Dragon guys. Starscreams are being voiced by Satoshi Tsuruoka, who played Starscream in Prime. Bumblebee is being voiced by Ryohei Kimura, who has basically been Bumblebee in the Q Transformers, which is the best version of Japanese Transformers. He was already Bumblebee. He was Bumblebee in the Bumblebee movie, and also voices Charlie in the Bumblebee anime shorts that have been coming out. Okie dokie. Optimus is going to be voiced by Takehito Koyasu, who voiced Beast Convoy Optimus Primal back in Beast Wars, and Megatron is being voiced by Shigeru Chiba, who is Beast Wars Megatron. Very, very prolific voice actor. I first really realized who he was in Kyoryuger, where he played the first Kyoryu Violet and did all the sound effects for the weapons. So his voice is nuts. This is interesting. There is something slightly worrying about this. I won't lie. Just because this voice cast includes a lot of people who are in the... And worrying's not the word, because, like, different market, different targets. But I suspect this dub is going to be kind of like Prime's and kind of like Beast Wars in its very tongue-in-cheek. For anyone who doesn't know, Beast Wars is slightly infamous here and on the Japanese Transformers fandom side as well, the older fandom side, for really ramping up the comedy and craziness and fourth wall breaking and everything else in their Beast Wars dub. Like, Rat Trap would comment on what children were eating at home. Megatron is a lot less sinister and a lot more wacky. The Predacon computer is alive, and they have conversations with it. Air Razor's a boy. Tigatron's a straight up samurai. The list goes on. And when they did Prime, they did something similar. So a lot more wackiness. Like, Arachnid's not a crazy murdering bounty hunter, like collector of one of a kind species and stuff like that. She's boy crazy and is chasing Jack because she wants to hump him. Not even kidding. Megatron's a lot more wacky, the whole kit and caboodle again. So the fact they've gotten the Beast Wars cast in here makes me think they're probably going to lean towards the comedy, which could work. Like, Megatron isn't in this a lot, so you could play the comedy side without having too much problems, but we'll see. We do have as well, via the Japanese magazine, we have the reveal of Transformers Generation Select Snaptrap. So this is a retool of Hunger, who is using the exact same transformation scheme and general mold layout as Silverbolt, but he's not an official retool. So just so we get that out of the way. But yeah, so this is Snaptrap, or Turtler, as he's over there. So I'm presuming this is King Poseidon. Not King Poseidon? Yeah, King Poseidon, not Piranacron, if we're going to be, specific. But yeah, so the way this is being done, he has new bits for his chest, which are a head and two turtle legs. Turtle, inverted commas. He's got new back pieces. The various elements are still all there, but remolded. And this looks a lot better than Hunger. Like, I don't like Hunger. I've made no bones about the fact I think Hunger is a pretty poor-ass looking toy. This looks a lot better, without the legs hanging off. In fact, it looks like the leg transformation has been changed so they're integrated into the vehicle. It's, again, more like Silverbolt. But no, the new sculpting's really cool, actually. He comes with a sword and a gun. Presumably we will be getting the other 5, at least 4, and probably 5 Seacons at some point in the not too distant future. But yeah, so this guy is looking solid. He looks well articulated for what he is. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this guy to see how he paints up. If this is like the Star Convoy, he'll probably end up on Hasbro Pulse, so you'll be able to get him in US markets and by extension other markets. Little tip for people outside America, if you can get a mailing address set up in the States, you can get stuff shipped for a lot cheaper than you would otherwise. Our Irish Postal Service has one over there. It's what is it? I can't remember the name of the place, but it basically sets up a fake address, sets up a postal address over there, and then there's a set amount of shipping. So I think it's €15 under a certain size, which is not cheap, but it's a hell of a lot better than what you might pay otherwise, especially if you're getting from Hasbro Pulse. So if you're in Canada, China, South America, Europe, Africa, any of those continents, screw you, Australia. It might be a way of getting around the kind of exorbitant prices that sometimes come with these things when you're international shipping. But yeah, in sort of our last bit of Japanese news, it was revealed that this is not a surprise, because if you've been looking at the marketing for the upcoming comic, you'll be noticing that there's been some pictures where Optimus Prime has been blanked out. So this is for the IDW Transformers Ghostbusters crossover. You'll notice that Optimus is just like, there's big boxes over his character on the artwork. I suspected why, and I proved right, because, hey, it turns out that they are doing up MP10, the mold that will not die, no matter how much you replace it, as a Ghostbuster-themed truck. So, Optimus is getting repainted into Ecto 1 colors. He's got a Ghostbuster symbol on one arm. He comes with a Slimer now, who looks a bit better than the one that came with Ectotron. His trailer is painted up with the Ghostbusters hotline number and a few catchphrases, and there's also ectoplasm like blasted across the side. Roller looks like he's really done a number on himself. He's been remade into a Ghostbusters trap. I really hope that opens up. I really like that. Also, if you open Optimus's chest, he doesn't have the Matrix in there. He has Ecto 35. The box is quite neat looking, quite big, and it looks like one of the proton packs. Does Optimus? I saw something where I thought it said that Optimus had a proton pack. No. But overall, honestly, this looks pretty decent. This looks pretty solid for what it is. I kind of dig this. It's weird. It's the trap that's doing it for me. The fact he doesn't have a proton pack, I think, is a shame. I think if we're making new pieces, why not? Because this is going to cost too much. So yeah, looks like it might be a San Diego comic. Is it San Diego Comic Con? I don't know. It just, the box says SDCC International on it, so I don't know what that means. But they're saying the regular retail price will be $150 and on shelf $18.19. So I have to reverse. So that's 18th of August, 2019. Also, in the promotional pictures, they have a clean version of it without the ectoplasm. And I think it looks better with the ectoplasm, to be completely honest. So this is MP10G Ecto 35 edition for the and it's being sold as well under the Transformers 35th anniversary. But no, I think this is pretty decent looking. I have to admit, these Ghostbuster things look a lot better than they should, in my opinion. But yeah, moving on to some official news. We have new Siege figures revealed. So we've got pictures of Searchlight, I believe her name is. Is that her name? Yeah, no, Greenlight. Greenlight and her weapon Dazzle Strike. We've seen her before. She's the one with the elf ears. The big ones here, we have our first look at Siege Skywarp, who looks like Starscream with lots and lots of paint issues and annoyances to make him look as mud spattered as possible. Hey, I'm not a fan. I'm not going to pretend I am. He comes with 3 of the Battle Masters, including 2 guns and Taraxodon. So repainted. So they're probably new characters. Yeah, he looks okay. I'm not a fan. I know everyone goes, oh, I love the robot mode. It's just like, alright, so get an action figure of Starscream and Skywarp then, and save money if you can, instead of getting one that everyone's going, it transforms and it doesn't. And I heard in TFW they put it very well. It's the Gundam alt mode. So, the big ones here are we're getting a repaint and a retool of Skytread into Slam Dance, the cassette combiner. So the individual opponents are now a red tank and a blue jet, and they combine with a new head. I think there's been retooling on the vehicles, but I'm not 100% sure. Honestly, it works way better than I thought it should. It's a good use of the mold. Very creative. I'm liking that. More importantly, kids, we have a repaint of Sideswipe into G2 Sideswipe. The vehicle mode is not perfect. It looks like there was some unpaintable plastic in there, or maybe they just thought it would add to the look, and it doesn't, in my opinion. It breaks up the lines a lot, where there's a lot of red on the sides where there doesn't need to be. But in robot mode, he is black as night, and it's G2 Sideswipe, and we kind of need that. He doesn't come with a crazy Marvel-esque grimace, but honestly, it's a good paint scheme, and it makes this figure more interesting to me. Sideswipe's robot mode has never been a problem for me. It's just the lack of invention and the conservation and everything else. Well, I've gone over it 1,000 times, but I think this is a good repaint. I would definitely be more interested in getting a G2 Sideswipe than I would be a regular Sideswipe. And it also kind of highlights some things about him that are different. Like, it makes it's weird. The color scheme is making his vehicle mode look more spacey, which I don't think is a bad thing on any level. So they are worth checking out. We've also got a kind of weird thing coming out of Argentina, which is being called a licensed Dark of the Moon 38 centimeter tall replica. So this was chaired by the El Rincón del Coleccionista Argentino on something about collecting in Argentina on Facebook. So this is a collect and build figure. So starting on April 26th, the first of 30 parts are going to be released. I'm wondering if this is being done in a magazine thing. But a new part of this guy will be released every 15 days. Each part will include pieces for the robot replica: a hand, a foot, a head, a chest, a back, and a small book. So yeah, it's a magazine sort of like model kit thing. So when it is finished, it will have some die-cast points. It will have some articulation. It's non-transformable. First volume will have the promotional price of $99.90 peso argentinos, or $236. Second volume will be $471. This is a monthly, a fortnightly subscription thing. The rest of the collection is going to be $707, so it'll come to $205 in the end. Not insane for these kind of things. This is how this magazine system works. It's very big over here, at least it was. I haven't looked into it very much, and the figure looks decent. It looks posable. It looks articulated enough. I mean, the Dark of the Moon design is not the one I want. But I think as long as you don't have to paint it yourself, because this thing has some good paint work on it in some of these promotional pictures. As long as you can get it like looking solid, I think it's a no bad thing. So yeah, check it out. Really, if you're in Argentina, I suspect it'll probably hit somewhere around here at some point, just because it would be very odd to have something like this limited to one country, in my opinion. But no, it's up to you whether or not you think this is worth the money it is. Like, you know, it's a way of, basically it's kind of a hire purchase agreement on the figure. So read into that what you will. And wrapping us up for this week, guys, this show goes a lot quicker when it's just me. We have TFCon is announced a new guest. So July 12th to 14th in Toronto 2019, the writer Ron Friedman will be attending. Ron is best known among Transformers fans for writing Transformers the movie. He also scripted the 4-part miniseries for G.I. Joe American Hero. He is very important in many ways. He's the reason you have RC. to be blunt, because his daughter, he wanted to include a female Transformer in the script, because his daughter is a big fan of Transformers, or was when she was a child, and he wanted to have someone in there that she could relate to, and he was told no, and then he fought for it and sort of pointed himself out. He also apparently really, really railed against the idea of killing Optimus Prime, because Optimus, he was like, because he did psychology studies into the effect television and iconography has on children, and he was just like, no, you don't understand, this isn't a toy. No, we're discontinuing a toy line. No, you don't understand. This isn't a toy to them. This is Optimus Prime. This is no. But hey ho, Ron couldn't save everything. But he got RC in, and by extension the female Autobots. So well done him there. But yeah, so he's going to be attending. The event will be taking place in the Hilton in Ontario. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I've tried enough times. So yeah, tickets are available on tfcon.ca/tickets, and you can book the hotel block, which you can find information on that on tfcon.ca/hotel. And guys, that is it. That is it for this week. It's a short show. Andy's off the budging regards. I won't bother with any feedback this week, just because, like, if Andy's in there, it's not fair to exclude him. So guys, if you got anything you want to ask, if you want to ask Andy what happened on the bachelor party, like what madness did he experience, did Gruff start stripping for people, and everyone was just like, nah, and I'm saying this because he absolutely would. So check that out. Check that out next week. Everyone, hound Andy. Hound him. Yeah, I won't go over what I've really done. I'll just say I have seen Endgame. I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth seeing. I don't think it's the second coming of Jesus Christ. I don't think it's in... It's not... It might be in my top 5 Marvel movies, but I can't 100% say that. Like, so, Iron Man, Avengers, Black Panther, I'd honestly put there these days. Not Civil War, Winter Soldier... I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet. I'm seeing it today at some point. But would Endgame... Infinity War. I think Infinity War is better than this. So yeah, it's not my top 5. But it's decent. It's a decent film. And it's a unique beast that is very, very difficult to comment on in any real way, because we've never had a film like this before. So yeah, it's a good capper. That's what I'll say. I do have some spoiler thoughts out. I don't know what that was. I do have some spoiler thoughts out there at the moment. They are up on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, GWolfV3. So if you do want to hear me sort of in depth spend 40 minutes or so talking about Avengers Endgame and what I liked and what I didn't like, check it out there. I could have done it for Patreon or something like that, but I've got a Patreon show for May planned. And I don't really feel like putting all my thoughts behind a Patreon wall. Like, it's not a bad idea to just put them out, you know? So yeah, check out my YouTube page for that. If you want to leave us any feedback, guys, please check us out on the moonbase2@gmail.com. You can leave it on Twitter, on our Facebook. You can leave comments on Andy's Weebly page, ccbunker.weebly.com. We'll take any comments we can take from anyone, really. Anything to limit the amount of furry talk of the last couple of weeks. Yeah, but so yeah, check that out. I'm on Twitter as well as Irish Paleo. Andy's on Twitter as Cobra Commander TFW, and of course I've already mentioned ccbunker.weebly.com. Check out our Patreon. $2 a month, you can get the extended comic show. You can get our Patreon exclusive show. If we do interviews, they will be out a week early, as will any other special shows. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my rambling as my dog goes off in the background. And yeah, talk to you soon. Shut up, Bonnie.